Okay, how's everyone doing today? I'll just start off and answer any questions you may have.
It was a little intense after practice. It sounded like you were kind of getting on the guys. How did practice end, and how was the overall day?
I thought we had a very, very productive day. Our players came and it was a work day and really liked their approach. We tried to up the intensity at the end, do some competitive stuff, some 1 minute drill, and they competed. And we'll have another full padded practice tomorrow, and then we'll work on getting back to becoming healthy as much as we possibly can. But I thought it was a productive day.
With Nate Peterman, I guess part of it was about his tough experience. He couldn't really go to a football player with a loss. Just having an injury. What have you seen in him bouncing back? Where is he?
Probably the greatest word or adjective, resiliency. Very resilient, and obviously was disappointed, but he's a great character person, and he's a competitor. And I think it speaks volumes for Jason McVay, our entire training staff, and Nate Peterman for him to be back to almost full strength now with his thumb. And I think that shows of the inner drive that he's had and the push to get back.
You ended up having to do maybe even more than maybe you expected in training camp, or what were your expectations going into
Well, we have the mindset that, everyone has an opportunity to come in and play early. And we're going to play the individuals who we feel can help us win football games. But it's been a growth and a maturation phase, to say the least. 24 freshmen, playing. That includes redshirt and true freshmen. But, every day is a learning opportunity, not only on the field but off the field in practice. The competitive greatness that you have to have and how you approach practice each and every day. The demands, the expectations, the standards. So, and I think for the most part our players have done a good job of handling that.
So many issues in the game Saturday had a loss, but it appeared the offensive line, the running game, clicking better early in the game. It's been a good game than they had.
I thought we ran the ball with a higher level of consistency than we had in the past, but we still lacked the big play. We were getting 4 or 5 yards. We ran the ball efficiently, which is our goal, but also we need a 30-yard run. We need a 40-yard run. We need. I thought from an efficiency standpoint, we got back to being able to run the football, and that was great to see, and we're going to need that next week.
Butch, when you watched the punt returns and the kickoff returns, was there any overriding issue, and why do you think it reared its head when you guys have been doing so well in that area?
We watched it as a football team together. And matter of fact, our players even came back again and watched it together without the coaches as well. And we talk about doing your job in every person's role, the details. There's a job description involved. And with special teams, it's 1 out of 11. If 1 or 2 individuals don't do their jobs, you're in trouble. And, on the 1 punt return, 2 individuals were out of the lanes. And, we didn't get off blocks, and the same thing, with the kickoff return as well. So we went back today and worked all of our coverage drills that we do each and every week. But obviously that changed the game, and we always talk in terms of in August when we start. Usually, in a 12-game season, 4 games will truly be defined by the play of special teams. When you look at the games that we performed well in, South Carolina. We played well on special teams. We won the field position battle. You look at Georgia. We had a blocked punt for a touchdown. That was a difference maker. And to the opposite end of the spectrum, and a disappointing deal is, it contributed to the loss against Auburn. And so it's just everyone doing their job, the technique, the responsibility, and one-on-one matchups. And then I said it after the game as well. It's a space game. And the one big punt return, we had 4 missed tackles. On the kickoff return, I want to say there was, I believe, 5 missed tackles. And you have to run your feet and you have to be aggressive, and we weren't.
With run defense, what are you not doing now that maybe you were doing earlier in the season? You're doing a better job of doing.
Well, I think, it's tackling in space, and just the overall discipline, the eye discipline in the back end. Everyone wants to talk, towards the linebackers with the quarterback run. There was a number of times, it's everything is being a safety activated defense, and our safeties were down and we didn't make the tackles, and I think it's just the overall fundamentals, and I think the theme was tackling, not just on defense, but special teams as well, and being a better tackling football team, but also swarming to the football. You become a better tackling football team when you have 11 hats to the football. And that means, holding your gaps, the gap integrity, from our 3 technique to our 1 technique, to our defensive ends getting off the football. So it was a combination of a lot of things. And, in the mini breakdowns, it's 1 or 2 individuals not doing their job, and it was a different person each and every time. And to play great team defense and win football games, play winning football, you can't do that.
Which specifically with the defensive line and the run defense, I know you talk a lot about the space and missed tackles in space and all that kind of stuff, but what has the defensive line not done the last 2 weeks to kind of help the run defense be better than it has?
Well, I think it's maintaining our gaps, and I think also, we've really been hurt as a defense with not having Tavares Salisbury in and Mo Couch. You take away 2 defensive tackles, out of your rotation, that'll change a lot of football teams in a hurry. And I think that's changed us. Obviously, one of our best defensive players hasn't played all year, Kurt Magid as well. But I think, you take those 2 individuals out of the defensive front, so now your depth is down. Now you have more individuals playing more plays, but still football is an easy game. It's technique and it's a mentality. And playing offensive and defensive lines, it's a different type mentality that it takes, and it's a combative mindset. Every single play is a street fight. It is what it is, but there's so much technique, and a number of times where our 3 technique gets led and we have a divided defense, and you swarm to the football, your leverage points on the ball carrier, how you leverage the football, but also your gap integrity is critical.
Which, when you look at, I guess, Missouri film and you compare that to what Josh Dobbs did here last week, did you see any differences where he took a step or grew somewhere?
I did. I thought just the overall management, some of the pulls on the zone reads, he still missed a couple of them, and we'll continue to evolve in that. Where his biggest strides has to come now moving forward is the deep ball. We have to be able to throw the deep ball with a higher percentage rate, a higher percentage of being successful, a higher successful rate. So that's now the next phase that we're working extremely hard on.
A lot of the guys seem to respect what he does off the field in terms of getting in the meeting room with him. Is that different for a freshman for him to, on Sundays, to spend time with almost every unit on the offense?
Well, he's had, when you got back with the playing the amount of freshmen, he's had to grow up in a hurry. And, all of our quarterbacks have done a great job, and particularly the younger players. And it's hard as a true freshman. You're talking about, 4 seniors on the offensive line, and here you are as a true freshman, whether it's Josh or Riley. And they've both done a great job, and we want our quarterbacks to be football junkies. We want them to be gym rats. We want them, coming around and really studying the game, and they've done a good job of that.
Butch, how did Nathan handle the time he was out injured from a mental standpoint? He seemed to feel like he'd grown.
Yeah. Handled it the way you'd expect Nate Peterman to handle it. Was an opportunity to improve. He was in every meeting, and teaching himself how to write with the other hand, having somebody take notes for him. And he was a student of the game. And so I think his growth as a quarterback was developed even in that period of time where he wasn't practicing, because he was taking the mental repetitions, and that's as important as the physical repetitions at any position.
Is that valuable for the rest of the team, regardless of position?
Absolutely. It's a great teaching point of moving forward about commitment. We talk about you either live it, love it, or like it. And at Tennessee, you have to live it every day.
How much did the open day contribute to the South Carolina victory, and what do you need to get to this open day for it to be that productive?
I can't tell you one way or the other. Did the open week help? I know we went back and practiced the fine details and the fundamentals, which we're doing this week. So anytime you have an open week, it's how you approach that week. It's your mindset and how you attack it. Some teams I've been a part of, they shut it down, and you can't do that. It's still an opportunity to improve, but also we have to get our health back. We have to get our mindset back. We have to push the reset button. So there's a lot of things that are going into this open week.
We've talked a number of times about your players having their head up or their attitude, and you can read their body language. What was their body language like as they got back to the
Well, on Sunday, what you would expect and what you would want it to be extremely disappointed. You know, we talk about having pride in your performance, and we didn't play well. We didn't coach well. We did nothing well. And it was very, very disappointing. But also, you know, for myself, I have to step back and take all the emotion out of it. You know, determine again, was it fundamental breaks down? Was it schematics? Was it coaching? Or was it we just got to improve? You know, was it lack of ability? You know, you look at all those things that go into why plays break down. And so you come back and, you know, it's all about getting better. And I said it, we live in a week-to-week society, you know, in every game, you know, every play, every game takes on a life, a story of its own. And, you know, we can't let Auburn beat us again. You know, we have to learn from it and we have to move on. And I thought our players came on Monday and they had a workmanlike approach. I thought they attacked the day. I think they were waiting to see how we would respond as coaches, you know. And then today, I thought we had a very business-like approach to practice, but we also had some energy, which was great to see.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.